It started with the diplomatic delegation to Earth. The humans had just achieved their first crewed interstellar flight, and the Council deemed them ready to join the galactic community at large. The delegation was sent as the first step. It was supposed to be routine. The Council had welcomed hundreds of other species on their first steps to becoming spacefaring. Some were peaceful, some were not. The humans were friendly enough, according to the initial reports. All seemingly went well, no major incidents or blunders, and eventually the delegation wrapped up to return to the Council. Halfway into the flight, 2 humans were found aboard, hauled away into a rarely used maintenance shaft, crudely sealed with a small heater, air scrubber, and preserved food. They were, of course, heavily scrutinized by security, but were said to have been compliant and open with their answers. Finding no cause for concern, they were confined to one of the rooms, and the flight resumed. Over the few days that remained of the flight, much of the crew had become fast friends of the human stowaways, who eagerly shared stories, personal histories, and simple games to pass the time. No one ever found out how they had gotten past human security, and council security, and ship security, and crew. When they had been questioned by security, they said they had, more or less, simply snuck aboard when no one was looking. No one believed them. 6 months later, a private hauler was found to have a human aboard working as part of the crew. There hadn't yet been any official ties or deals made with the humans, and when asked, the captain said they had picked up the human while passing near the Sol system. The human was looking for work, and the ship needed more hands, and that was all the captain had asked. 3 months after that, another pair of humans were arrested while trespassing on a protected planet. They said they wanted to have a lovely date walking through nature. It was a 7-day flight from the Sol system. Humans began popping up everywhere, almost unexplainably, often where they shouldn't have been. In quarantines, on homeworlds, docked at military stations, drifting past quasars, camping on agri-worlds. Some of the council member species began placing prohibitions on humans, trying to stem the flow into their territories. It didn't stop them. No one understood how or why humans were getting to these places. The reasons the humans gave ranged from because I could or I didn't know I couldn't. The various human governments were contacted, the council trying to get the humans to follow the rules. Promises were made. Arrests of would-be trespassers were reported. But still, humans kept popping up where they shouldn't, even in tightly controlled space. One such incident, the Calraxians had cordoned off a section of empty space for military practice. There was no way that anything could have gotten past sensors and patrols. No one knew the human shuttle was there, until a stray ordnance struck the craft and it exploded spectacularly. For their part, the human governments acknowledged that the shuttle had been where it shouldn't have been, and so made no claims against the Calraxians for the lost lives. Before a full year since first contact had ended, the humans were everywhere. A minor irritation most of the time, but generally just another organism among countless others. Until other reports of the humans are there started to spread. A disease outbreak on a Zootal core world. Densely populated, thousands began dying daily. The humans were there, helping to care for the sick, transporting relief supplies, aiding research, saving untold millions before the Zootal hierarchy could even declare an emergency. When the Calraxian Empire launched surprise attacks against the Saldana Collective, the humans were there, sabotaging Calraxian ships and supplies, smuggling refugees out of occupied colonies, and volunteering for auxiliary forces. When the hub of Council space, Unity Station, experienced cascading failures and threatened complete destruction, the humans were there. Running diagnostics, reinforcing critical structural components, supplying additional air scrubbers and power generation, and applying copious amounts of what they called duct tape until the station stabilized and proper repairs made. Everywhere you looked, there were humans, doing human things, whether they were supposed to be there or not. For better or for worse, the humans get everywhere.